Vigil, Ante, and the Vigilante Antics by BelleAmant. Read by Oakshadow 5. Chapter 5. Card Chase. Izuku Midoriya is 11 years old when the story continues, and when his story becomes even more interesting. Izuku Midoriya is 11 years old when the heroes first try to pursue them. It's after he's done with a low-level villain, some guy with a color-changing quirk, with the ability to match the colors of his surroundings. Villain name, the Chameleon.
Sorry, but
Izuku says, voice distorted by his modifier.
I guess blue wasn't your color.
Hitoshi sighs beside him, helping his partner in vigilantism tie up the brainwashed villain.
How many times do I have to say it, Vigil?
He asks with a groan, his own voice deeper through his non-electronic speaker and modifier.
Stop with the lousy jokes. But they're fun, Auntie.
Izuku, no, Vigil, says. Ante just nods in response. They sound rather unsettling once it comes to the modifier.
Well, the time to play is over,
a new voice shouts, and the duo looks up at a man covered in a literal suit of armor, with engines in his arms.
Ingenium?
Vigil whispers to his partner.
He has engines in his arms, allowing him to shoot forward at incredibly high speeds. Reports say that he can move faster than cars during a chase, and that he can reach his top speed in an instant. Okay, that's great,
Ante mutters.
So, how do we get out of here? He has trouble braking. We're in a cramp anyway. You do the math.
In the corner of his eye, Vigil can see Ante's smile creeping up his face.
Oh, this may be fun.
I must say, Ingenium starts, leaping off of the rooftop. I am impressed with your efficiency. Teamwork is important nowadays. However, it's not wise to do all of this if you aren't an official hero. Although he can't see Ingenium's expression, Vigil has no doubt that the man feels somewhat remorseful. Sadly, I will have to take you in.
I'm sorry.
Vigil apologizes remorsefully, making his eyes tear up behind his green mask. I'm sure that they will let you off easy, Ingenium promises. So long as you cooperate. Reaching behind his back, Vigil grabs his staff. Beside him, Ante picks up his own weapon, a baseball bat.
Sadly, you have places to be.
Vigil reaches to his hip, grabbing a flash bomb.
Maybe next time.
The sudden light distracts Ingenium, and the duo takes their chance to start running. Hey! Ingenium shouts, and Vigil scowls at the sound of engines roaring. Come back here!
Shit!
Ante swears as they sprint out of the alleyway, darting into the deserted streets.
We need to find a hiding spot, or lose him, or something. Just keep running,
Vigil responds.
If he hits you, just brainwash him.
Ante scowls, but he nods. Ingenium catches up in the blink of an eye, knocking into Vigil first. You cannot run from your crimes, Ingenium says, grabbing Vigil by the arm. Vigil huffs, pulling against the hero's grip. When that doesn't work, he goes for a different approach.
I wonder,
Vigil muses, then smirks. Using the hero as a walkway, he plants his feet against Ingenium's chest and pushes against him, stretching Ingenium's arm as he tries to separate from the man. Clever, Ingenium says, actually chuckling. But that won't! Vigil kicks off the man's helmet, startling the hero into releasing him. Work? Ingenium blinks, then laughs. You sure are being a handful, huh?
Well, not anymore, he isn't.
Ante mutters from behind the hero, causing Ingenium to whirl around and land a hit on him.
Auntie!
Vigil cries out, even though this was the plan.
Well, shit,
Ante mutters, rubbing at his jaw.
Why would you do that?
Ingenium stares at him with wide eyes, as if unsure of how to proceed. Well, Ante smirks.
Go turn in the chameleon to the police and leave us alone.
Ante stands up, brushing the dust off of his clothes and pulling up his fallen hood.
Oh, and don't forget your helmet, although you can forget what we look like.
An extra precaution, just to be safer. Ingenium walks off without a word, and the vigilante duo escapes, heading back to base. A lot has changed in the past 7 years. Izuku would be blind to not know this. At 11 years old, Izuku and Hitoshi are already making a change in the world, stopping criminals and helping innocent people. They've grown up, matured beyond their years in a way that only fighting crime and doing business with villains can cause. Their base is a testament to their growth, filled with gadgets both for themselves and for clients, with secret stashes hidden all around the trash beach. Izuku will always be amused by how no villain has ever found their stashes, or the makeshift rooms they've somehow dug out. His favorite room, of course, being their vigilante room. Izuku and Hitoshi wander into said room calmly, taking off their gear and tucking it away, keeping their stuff separate. And god, that's a lot of stuff. Without offensive quirks, or in Izuku's case, a quirk at all, the boys use plenty of support gear and weapons to make themselves useful. Izuku favors his metal staff, one that can break apart and recombine in less than a second, but he has other pieces that help immensely. He carries flash bombs to temporarily blind his opponents, allowing Izuku and Hitoshi a chance to flee, a tactical pen for fights that get a little too close for comfort, and a small dagger in case he gets caught on something, or in something. Along with that, his costume is made to protect him as best as it can. His mask hides half of his face, leaving the bottom half exposed, but his voice modifier covers his mouth, so only a sliver of skin is actually shown. He wears a green jumpsuit, made out of a loose material that's also fire resistant, black gloves designed to improve his grip, and covers his hair with a black beanie. The beanie itself isn't special, but Izuku likes it nonetheless. Finally, he has black shoes that are designed to reduce noise, but also have sturdy soles to help him absorb the impact from large jumps or falls. Hitoshi, on the other hand, decided to go for a simpler approach. He wears a black hoodie and matching pants, both made of that same fire-resistant material, with a purple mask to cover his eyes. He has the same pair of gloves as Izuku, although his have a nearly purple undertone to them. His main pieces of support gear are his non-electronic speaker and modifier, or NESM, and his metal baseball bat. The bat isn't really gear, and is honestly just a weapon, but Izuku has given up on reminding Hitoshi about that. Finally, the boy carries a tactical knife in case he gets trapped, and wraps sturdy rope over his chest in case they need to tie someone up. With their gear and costumes, Izuku and Hitoshi are able to help people as the Vigilante duo, Vigil and Ante, respectively. Their work makes them proud, even if their names aren't the coolest. Ready to head back, Hitoshi? Izuku asks as he finishes changing, back in his normal civilian clothes. Whenever you are, Izuku, Hitoshi responds easily, and the boys sneak back to the orphanage. Later, they freak out over their first encounter with a hero. For now, the boys just slip in through the forever cracked open window, letting sleep encompass them and take away their worries. They can deal with their worries tomorrow. That was chapter 5 of Vigil, Ante and the Vigilante Antics. We finally found out some of their vigilante routine. And Ingenium chased them. It was a car chase. And also, this is the 21-month anniversary of me making podfics. We are steadily approaching 2 years, which I'm really excited about. But anyways, guys, I hope you all enjoyed this chapter, and I'll see you all next time. Bye!